Thank you very much, Joe Szynski, United States Army 33 Sierra Electronic Intercept, Military Intelligence. Yep. I am now getting to help businesses, specifically small businesses, create a commercial profitable enterprise that works without you, that is sustainable, predictable, stable, consistent, and has an emotional connection to its constituents. If that's what you're looking for, that's what I do to get to help people. And I love doing free workshops for any veteran that's out there.
I am Michelle Pearson. I'm a senior partner of America's Future Series. We put on high-level events, which brings together national leaders to solve critical issues in our nation. We had events in October, which I know Ryan and Catherine were part of. We had Sir Richard Branson and General Mike Murray and Secretary Hondo Gertz. We bring these people together to solve the issues in our country and work towards collaborating to actually move the needle. So thank you for being here. Thank you for inviting me. This is amazing.
My name is Regina Joseph. I am the co-founder of a company called Pytho, which is an R&D, a research and development consultancy. I am what's known as a super forecaster for the last decade. I've been involved in, I've worked as a researcher as well as a guinea pig for scientific research funded by the Intelligence Advanced Research Projects Activity, otherwise known as IARPA, as well as the National Science Foundation. I'm the co-PI on a current NSF research program. And all of that work focuses on human predictive capacity and also human machine computer interaction in being able to make better predictions, specifically around national security and geopolitical issues, but also too in training other people how to develop this skill. It is a trainable skill. I've been delivering this program to governments both here in the US as well as allies in Europe. I've worked with NATO, with the United Nations, with the Office for Security and Cooperation in Europe. And so I train their political advisors, their diplomats, their intel, IC, and also defense force communities, both in Europe and here, on how to make better predictions, make better decisions, and how to do that in a really systemic way. I focus on that both at the research level as well as at the training level. I also do coaching and actual forecasts for governments on various issues. So that's in a nutshell of what I can offer, is to help people develop those skills, help organizations improve their decision-making and predictive analytics skill, and also give people the tools that they need for that, the specific technical platforms. So very happy to be part of this network and very excited to help improve everybody's predictive and decision-making capacities.
My name's Mark Mhley. I'm a former naval flight officer in the Tomcat Super Hornet communities, and then did a stint at JSOC before rounding out my 22 years instructing here in Annapolis at the U.S. Naval Academy. Today, my organization, Reformed, performs 4 functions for veteran and military spouse entrepreneurs who are starting or growing a business. The first is providing a community of networking and mutual support. We call that our All Call series. And we also are providing, and those are no-cost events. I call it the public high school of networking, as we have all shapes and sizes joining our community in DC, Dallas, and Minneapolis, St. Paul on monthly basis to give some help and get some help and just pitch their businesses. We also provide a Reblue series of workshops that neck down support to our community. Things like email marketing we've done. We're in the middle of one now on accelerators and capital. And next month, we're going to focus on tax preparation for the year, focusing on renewing skills of entrepreneurs. The next area is our back office business services. We provide, we integrate and deliver a family of about 18 services that are key essential services like credit card processing, payroll, bookkeeping, IT services, web development. And we integrate, deliver those services with incentive to the community, all of those services from veteran and military spouse businesses. The third component is our marketplace, which is a brand new addition where we're just taking advantage of traffic through our platform to help veterans and spouses who make things sell their things. And then the fourth component is our investment capability that was tied to an organization called Local Vest, kind of a crowd investing capability for those veteran and spouse businesses that are looking to raise capital. And we're very excited to partner with Meritorious and both giving some help and leveraging your connections to help those veterans and spouses who are building and growing business. Thank you.
My name is Craig Washburn. I am a Navy vet and the CEO and founder of VTC Veteran Tax Credits. Our primary mission is to affect veteran unemployment by helping both the veteran and the businesses that they ultimately go work for leverage the Veteran Tax Credit Program. It's a program that's been around for about 7.5 decades, that's lost the marketing and the education piece around the program. So we've built a platform to help both sides of the equations leverage this program. Obviously on the veteran side, it gives them an additional edge to be able to bring to businesses that they come with a tax credit. And on the business side that hires the veteran, it's a way to get a great asset in hiring that veteran and then put money back in the P&L that they can then use for other things. So our ask is just, if you're hiring veterans, because vets hire vets, and you don't have a solution in place, make sure that you do, because you're walking away from P&L. But also on the education side, if there's any way any of you want to partner and help get the word out about what we do and help the veteran and business community alike, we'd appreciate that. So thanks for having me, and look forward to talking to any of you in the future.
I'm going to wave my hand here. I'm a new face in the Hollywood squares, and this is my first foray, so it's nice to meet and see you all. So Boomer Stufflebeem, located in Alexandria, Virginia. I'm working with Diversified Professional Coaching. We are a group of like-minded people, including a number of veterans who have been affiliated previously with the American College of Financial Services, and specifically the Penn Mutual Center for Veterans Affairs, where we've been providing scholarship to veterans, transitioning military members and spouses for education and certifications in the financial services industry. A number of us have gotten together and pooled and created this new firm, DPC, of executive coaches and professional business coaches. I have had twice transitioned. I had a short NFL career and then went into the Navy, and after 33 years transitioned from that to back into the NFL, and I'm now trying to work my way out of that and get into the professional coaching arena. We're keenly interested at the executive level. We've been working with a number of CEOs at the what you might call the 3- and 4-star level of helping them improve their personal success, their teamwork, and their company's overall performance by 2.5 times, which seems to be borne out now by Harvard research. So our interest is in partnering with this wonderful organization for, one, offering executive and business coaching services to individuals and teams that are looking for it, and also looking for the potential of those who are interested to give back and want to become professional coaches, especially in a veteran space, that we're here and hoping to be able to attract people to do that.
My name is Jacob Zapata. I work for a company called Aldyn. I was in the Army from 2015 to 2020. I was a 35 Fox and did exclusively all my time at Fort Benning, Georgia in the 75th Ranger Regiment. And so we're a startup company. We just finished off our seed round, and we should have some press releases coming out early next year on how all that went. But what we were finding is with COVID and kind of the new state of work, more employees are struggling with mental health and work-life balance. And so I think burnout, anxiety, depression, are very much steadily increasing across the workforce. And though we do have employee benefits to address all of these issues, they're failing to do so, just kind of the way on their delivery methods, who it is that they're staffing. And as a result, what we're seeing inside of companies is employee turnover, presenteeism, the lack of being able to focus at work, and essentially absenteeism are rising. So at Aldyn, we provide on-demand access to text with behavioral health professionals that we personally source and staff. And we specialize in stress management, connect you with the best resources to help you live well. So super simple. We essentially get employees happy, healthy, and focused on being the best that they can be at work. Right now, we are working with companies, but are just now starting to break into universities and help students. And so my role is to very much help form helpful and strategic partnerships with companies and universities to provide our on-demand social workers to employees and students. My ask is very simple. If you or somebody that you know could benefit from having access to our social workers and want to provide this help and resources to their employees, then by all means, we'd love to help you.
I'm Don Orlando. I'm a retired Air Force 06. I'm in my 28th year as an international executive career coach. I work exclusively with rising senior and very senior executives. I help them win the careers they've always deserved, get paid what they're worth, take some of the stress away. I wrote the Air Force's first executive transition assistance program. 80% of my clients are the kind of civilian executives who hire transitioning military. My clients go up to and include a member of the president's cabinet and at the undersecretary level. You'll find examples of my work in 82 collections published in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia. I'm very dedicated to professional development. I hold 6 certifications, one of which is only held by 11 people on Earth. I've been approached by the leading professional organization to build a coaching program and certification for other career professionals to help transitioning veterans. So I am also available to help organizations build and develop their own brands. And I'm thrilled to be part of this organization. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Terrell Brown. Cindy Fields is my partner, and we run a diversified financial services firm in Loyalty Alliance. And within that, one of our specialty areas is we provide companies that have local, state, and or federal U.S. government contracts with really some form of working capital. It could be bridge finance and via asset-based lending. So it's, from factoring to purchase order, term loans, lines of credit, et cetera, really to be able to help companies, a lot of them are minority as well as veteran companies, get the capital they need to be able to scale. I won't go all in detail at all because we do have the presentation on the 16th, but we know that, veterans are a key aspect here in America, in this country. So we want to make sure that they have the capital to truly be able to create, build, and sustain wealth in this country because they deserve it. So that's why we're partnering with Catherine and them to be able to be a tool in her toolkit.
Hey, y'all. Yes, and Darren Burrell, happy to be a part of this. So I appreciate the introduction and really surrounded by a bunch of great folks. So happy to be a part. Yeah. Veteran Ventures Capital, I'm the president and founder. It's a fund that is devoted to veteran-owned and veteran-led businesses. So we are basically looking at military Shark Tank is the easiest way to describe it. We get quite a few pitches a week, between 7 to 10 pitches in application. So a lot of great innovation out there. We believe strongly that veterans make a great business case. They're going to make investors a lot of money and do well by doing right. So yeah, pretty excited again to partner, help out wherever I can, and look to really be a source of anybody coming in contact with those veterans businesses that are looking to scale and grow, anxious to help them out.
My name is Gary Hunsucker. I am one of the co-founders for a company called Veteran Solutions for Life. We are a for-profit company. However, we have multiple joint nonprofit companies that we utilize as resources to assist our transitioning service members. I did 30 years active duty federal service as a command sergeant major. Some of my repertoires, if you look at the book See You on the High Ground and or that movie that just came out, was called The Outpost. That will kind of give you some of the things that I was actually involved in during my 30-year tenure with the military service. Our company, we primarily focus on the transitioning service member. I'm kind of the guy that does all of the ground dirt work that deals specifically with transitioning service members. We do have some executive members. All of us are 30-year retired military members, 100% disabled, Purple Hearts, a plethora from Air Force, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. And so we primarily provide the opportunity for transitioning service members, one, as a networking organization to get them connected to the services, whether it's USO or partnering with anyone, because obviously when transitioning, there's just so much that is out there and is available to our transitioning service members, the commonality of the issues that we see with these individuals is being able to get them connected. Handing them a sheet of paper and saying, here's a list of organizations that you need to contact just does not work. That's why we see a high increase in suicides, depression, anxiety. Obviously, with everything that's going on amongst us right now, has definitely impacted them. But that warm handover to service organizations like yourself makes it a whole lot easier when it comes to networking and helping transitions. We also provide the opportunity to help companies that want to get into the credentialing assistance program in the Army, because it just started in October. That allows certain credentialings for your particular career field that may be required. We can assist them. That is at no cost to the service member, and they can do it while they're still in active duty service. But right now, that is only for the Army only. It's a very good program. We look to see that thing improving mostly. We also assist companies into becoming a skills bridge program that helps those transitioning service members in all branches going through their mandated congressional requirements. We also assist them in getting the opportunity to connect with industries during that last 180 days of their transitioning service. We also help individuals get their DOL certifications through the Department of Labor, and so that they become an apprenticeship program. We see a large movement on that. We are currently based out of Oklahoma, but we do have representatives throughout the United States that we deal with on a part-time basis. But we definitely look at having an opportunity to network with each and every one of you, so that when I run into these transitioning service members, when they need those types of services, no matter where they're at in the country, I can directly get them connected to one of your services without having to Google it. Thank you.
Thanks for including me in this process. I am a civilian. I met Ryan through my work as an entrepreneur in residence with NYSERDA. It's focused on working with clean tech entrepreneurship in the renewable energy space. I'm based in Park City, Utah. My background is in operating and operating companies and M&A. I've had two turnarounds that exited to private equity and in industrial, what I would describe as industrial service space. And then I had a healthcare technology startup that focused on loss control in healthcare space that exited to a Fortune 50 health plan. So I've transitioned from the operating role and the M&A role to a consulting role, if you will. So I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of different companies from a mentoring standpoint. I've been a mentor with the Syracuse University's entrepreneurship program for student entrepreneurs. As I mentioned, I'm a mentor and entrepreneur residence in NYSERDA's clean tech program. And I've also highly focused on helping veterans. I have a tremendous amount of respect. And here in Park City, there's a group called the National Mobility Center. Some of you may have heard of it. I'm a part-time ski instructor working with all kinds of different veterans from different groups, from either the VA or Gary Sinise or Warrior groups like that. I just have a tremendous amount of respect for what you all have done for me and my family. So I look for ways to help as well. So if anybody's in need of experience around business coaching, I have a deep background in M&A and finance and or startup or turnarounds. I'd be happy to jump in and help.
I am the Global Education Director for Nautical Education. We shorten that to Nautic Ed. And primarily we are a sailing education company. And we are recognized by the US Coast Guard as the official sailing education company in the United States. And in particular for this group, we really find that people who come out of the military are really good instructors. And so all through over the country, we've got lots of sailing instructors. And so certainly it's sort of making it available to people coming out, wanting to get into a little bit of a lifestyle type business, and they can become a sailing instructor through our program. We've got a whole growth program through that, so they can start off not knowing anything about sailing, but they can progress into being a sailing instructor in their local area. And you know, that it's kind of a breath of fresh air, right? Excuse the pun, but you know, it really is helping people just sort of get out there and start to really enjoy life. And I think Jacob, you know, mentioned life and work balance, and this is something that's really, really cool. So, and on top of that, I mean, you know, anybody can learn to sail through our platform. It's an online platform for the theory side of it. We've got schools all over the world. And so, yeah, looking to see if we can get some instructors on board with us all over the country and just start enjoying life. And on top of that, we're going to be offering to Meritorious some sailing vacation type stuff where people can say, hey, let's, you know, grab everybody together. Let's do a little network together. Why don't we go down to the British Virgin Islands, or why don't we go to a certain place and go have some fun, get on a boat, do some networking, do some brainstorming, and have some fun.
I'm Lily. I'm Patricia. And together we run Operation Site Launch. It's our passion project that works with veterans and military spouse entrepreneurs who are running, starting, or growing their business. Our focus is mostly on people who are either just getting started or who are within the first year of business. Previously, we focused on website design because that's our day job, is website design. But we are expanding to do coaching, mentoring. We launched our first course in conjunction with the National Veteran Chamber of Commerce called Business in a Box, to help people launch their first business within 30 days. Our main ask is if anybody has any connections with organizations like Meritorious or Reformed who really cater to the military community, that we would appreciate any connections so that we can kind of spread the word and be able to help out even more people.
I'm glad to be here. So, hey, I'm a career coach, and we're based out of Pennsylvania, about an hour west of Philly. I'm an executive career coach for quite some time. And we help people in kind of two categories move their careers and their lives forward. Half of our clients are working and they want to move up, and the other half might be unemployed. And there's a pretty big group of people who are just not sure what to do. So we'll help everybody from a resume to LinkedIn, to branding, to networking, right on to interview training, right on to job offer negotiation, job search strategies, right on through even to their transition to the new firm. It's been interesting. I wrote a book called Optimize Your Resume last year, doing very well. I have 3 resume writers today, all very busy. I lead a team of about 25 what we call career assessment consultants around the region and the country, and very thorough work to try to help people figure out what to do next. Host a radio show in Philly on Saturday morning, so that's a piece of what I do. Really blessed to have touched the lives of at least 700 some people to date, and we're always looking for clients. We tend to specialize in people $100,000 up to $2 million a year. We spend a lot of time with mid to very senior executive C-level people. Love to do that type of work. And yes, we're on our event with is scheduled for this coming Tuesday at 6 p.m. And if you know anybody who is in job transition, unhappy, stuck, maybe concerned for their job because of this COVID situation, I put together a talk that really allows people to get a little bit more motivated and focused on some specific things that they can do to kind of get through this COVID-19 situation that we're in. A lot of times we'll spend time helping people do what's known as career pivots. And career pivots are hard even before COVID. And that's changing your industry, maybe even your focus in terms of what you want to do. Spend a lot of time working with vets, whether they've been out of the military a short time or a long time. And we just love the opportunity to be part of this organization. And then on the chat, I'll put my LinkedIn profile. Please connect with me. I have 24,000 direct connections. More than happy to connect there. And also my speaking events, which I usually speak once a week somewhere in the country on a national or regional basis. And feel free again to send anybody my way. Looking forward to continuing to work with this organization. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Freeth. I'm in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I'm not a veteran, although my father was a Vietnam vet and a helicopter pilot. Catherine found me on LinkedIn, and the work that I love to do is to help companies deal with their drama with tools with how to face that. And I love to work one-on-one with leaders and also teams with some really practical tools. I do a lot of work with conscious leadership tools as well as the Enneagram, which both are fantastic for deep awareness and then to help chart a path around leadership development. So I have a passion for deep work, helping people heal reactive patterns that have been there for a long time and make their lives and their workplaces and communities the best they can be. So I'm just excited to be a part of this community, to learn from all of you, and excited for new connections ahead.
I'm really excited about Meritorious and all you're doing here. And as a representative of NPower, I just wanted to tell everyone else here that I really appreciate working with the military veterans, even though I myself am not a veteran. I really appreciate working with the veteran community. And NPower has been around for about 20 years as a workforce development organization and supporting veterans in terms of IT training and professional support and social services. So we get everyone certified in IT, general IT, as well as cybersecurity and cloud computing. We provide these services for free. And we're in about 7 different states nationally. We're a nonprofit. We also work with the U.S. Department of Labor. We're just really excited about giving back to underserved populations and trying to launch their careers in IT and really transform lives. So we do really great work, and I'm a placement manager, so I've helped veterans to get into the IT field and help them professionally with professional development and things of that nature. So I've been really excited to work with this population. And what I've learned is that the military community is very tight and very supportive of each other. So anything I can do to support that myself, I'm really excited to do. So.
Lance Armstrong, greatest bike racer of all time, 7-time Tour de France champion, never be done before, probably will never be done again. But even at the peak of his bike racing, I could have beaten Lance Armstrong in a race if he was on a tricycle. So if you indulge me with this analogy, what would happen? We'd go out and race, and I'd beat Lance. So what would he do? Well, just like many of the entrepreneurs that I see today, he would go back to his routine, the things that he always does, and he would do them a little bit harder. He'd swim another mile that next week. He'd pedal until he thought his legs were going to fall off, do a little extra cardio that he normally does. And what would happen? We'd race again, and I would beat him. It's not because Lance isn't good at what he does. He's amazing, the best ever at what he does. But just like so many entrepreneurs, he would stick with what got him there and work harder at it, rather than what I suggest to the people I work with. In this case, what Lance should do, just like many entrepreneurs who are working harder and harder, they should take a time out, because it's not about their own skills. It's not about how hard they're working. That's not the reason they can't keep up with their competition. It's because they just don't have the right tools. I serve as a guide to small and medium-sized businesses, providing their leadership with the right tools and information that help them build a better bike so that they can beat their competition. I'm Mike Mausteller, the president of Buckeye Business Performance, located in Columbus, Ohio, but I serve the entire world. Thanks.
It's an honor to be here with everybody else. I thought instead of showing my face, but share with you what I do in a snapshot. I'm a visual thinker, so I just wanted to share with you what I've built as my background is 30 years on the hiring side of the table, civilian hiring, and seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly of candidates, particularly focused on the veteran community. So I built something 4 years ago, pre-pandemic, that enables veterans and military spouses around the world, no matter where they're located, 24/7 access to my job search system. And it's the most current tools and techniques to compete for jobs on the civilian side. And there are 2 separate workshops, one for veterans, one for military spouses, tailored to their needs. And you can see in the bullets, it's not only end to end, they flow through 20 lessons, but they're building their job search tools as they go through the online workshop, ending with a certificate that they're hire ready and the confidence to go and hunt. and it has access for persons with disabilities as well, fully meeting the government standards, and it addresses their unique challenge in their unique courses. Microsoft has been using it for their Microsoft Solutions and Systems Academy for transitioning service members, Bank of America, other institutions for their training. I don't charge veterans or military spouses, but I partner with organizations, many such as yours, and I donate to nonprofits so they can distribute scholarships to Job Search Masterclass to their audiences. So my team updates the content regularly, and I do webinars, and look forward to hosting events and doing what I can to partner with Meritorious, because I think what you're doing is tremendous. So thank you very much. An honor to meet each of you.
I am a retired naval officer. I was a surface warfare officer for about 14 years until I had command at sea. And then I switched over to a new community in the Navy called the Navy Expeditionary Community, and worked as an expeditionary warfare officer for about 7 or 8 years, working with the Marine Corps, Naval Special Warfare, and also with Army Delta Forces and Rangers as well. And after that, I retired, transitioned out into the civilian world, commercial sector, doing business development for some defense contractors before moving over into the consulting world, where I worked for some of the big 5 consulting firms, doing enterprise level work with the C-suite and executive level folks. During that time frame, earned a PhD in leadership and management, BD certifications from Shipley's, ProSci organizational change management certifications, and coaching certifications. And really the reason I say all that is because I wrapped all that together as I started my own business, which is a consulting firm. And I really focus on 4 key areas. And those are leadership development, coaching, organizational change management, and what I call advisory services or decision making. And I really look for those individual clients, individual personnel, small businesses, and medium-sized businesses to really help them in that decision-making process, finding business solutions, but more importantly, developing the leadership within the company so they can grow and move forward. The decision model I use is really based on an intuitive and rational balance, which is a unique approach. So everything I do for a company is tailored. And then my leadership program is built off a thing called Academy Leadership, which bookends leadership development with understanding who you are in terms of self-awareness through what we call an energized to lead profile. And then on the back end, developing a leadership compass. In between that, we have all of what you would see as typical leadership courses: conflict management, communication, accountability, goal setting, all of those things, but it's built around your personal profile that we developed from that E2L energized to lead profile. So what I'm looking for is obviously customers, but certainly want to offer those services to any of you as well and help you out in potentially finding some customers in the small and the medium-sized business world. And let me just give a plug for Stephanie Freeth. She has a great program. I've talked to her before, and I think she's doing a great job. So please push stuff her way as well. And once again, Catherine, Ryan, thanks for setting this up. Glad to be part of the team.